Hi, I'm Gary from New Again. We've been making cars like New Again for over 30 years. Okay, so wheels, you've scuffed your wheels or they're a bit corroded, or you want to recut, change the colour of them, or you're going to deal with them because you've got to give the car back to a lease company. Okay, so there's four kinds of wheel out there, although you all look at them and think they're the same. The guys like us know there are. You've got a split rim wheel, which is a specialist wheel. It's got studs around it, and usually what that means is the wheel is in 2 or even 3 parts. They're a specialist wheel, usually on very fast, flashy sports cars. Sometimes they have the dummy ones. They've got studs and not a real 3-piece or 2-piece wheel. But either way, they're a split rim. You need to take those kind of wheels to a specialist. So again, we've got wheel refurbishment specialists down below, and they actually have to unbolt the wheels and take them apart to refurbish them. So that's quite a big job. It's worth doing because they are expensive wheels and they can look really good when they're done. So that's one kind. You've got another kind which is a standard silver wheel. They still put them on executive cars, Maseratis and Lamborghinis included, Ferraris as well. But they also are on all your BMWs and your Audis and, on the Focuses and Fiestas and everything. The vast majority of the wheels are a standard silver wheel. Now, there are 2 or 3 colours, but, of the main colours they use, but they're what we call a standard silver wheel. So they're an easy refurbishment. You can usually, if the car's up to probably 4 years, maybe 5 years old, then the mobile guys are good at that. We have them come in here. You can call them. Again, you've got a list there down at the contractor, so they can come out to you, do them in your driveway, or they can come to us. If you live in flats or something, you may want to bring the car to us and have the wheels done. You can call the guys that do it and arrange with them, bring the car here, and then we'll organise it and make sure they're done. Most of the time it makes more sense to have them done at your place of work or, because they are mobile. But if you're going to have a load of other stuff done and you're going to look at your leather or your paint, sealant protection and all the other things, then you might want to bring the car here and let us do the whole thing. And that's where we excel. We can have a look at the car, give an overview. If you're going to return your car to the lease company, then we don't always recommend you do the wheels. Most of the time the recharges are very similar prices to having your wheels refurbished. So you can often find that it just wasn't worth doing. You've gone to the trouble of getting them refurbished, and actually you should have got the car checked over, because you could very well end up getting charged for something you didn't know. Most people are fussing about the wheels when actually they don't know they've got a gouge underneath the bumper, or they've got a little crack in the moonroof, or something that could cost them far more. Usually the recharges for the wheels are maybe £60 to £80 as a lease return recharge. Okay, so another kind of wheel is a diamond cut face wheel, and that is where the face of the wheel's refurbished and recoloured, and you might be familiar with ones that are by colour, so they've got like a dark grey or something, and then the face is silver. Some cars have even got black in the holes. So that's a more obvious diamond cut wheel. And what they do is they refurbish it in the colour, and then they put it on a diamond cutter and it cuts the face off, and then the wheel's lacquered. You can have all the wheels done in one colour with a diamond cut, but it doesn't always make sense to do that. You may just have one scuff. So you need to go to a specialist that isn't mobile, because you can't carry a lathe around in a van. So you need to go to a wheel specialist, and we've got some down below that we approve, that we use, and who will tell you, or if you don't know what a diamond cut wheel is, then we'll do you some pictures and you can have a look at what diamond cut wheels are against what the normal silver wheels are. Right, so this is a diamond cut wheel. You can see it's a bi-colour, so you've got the black there, and then this is the diamond face. So what that means is basically the wheel was refurbished in black, and then the cutter came right across here and cut the faces of the wheel, and then it's been lacquered. This is a standard silver wheel. You can see the common scratches on there. These spokes have been scratched, so this is an easy wheel to refurbish. It's one process. The mobile guys, because this is only a year or 2 old, the mobile guys will quite gladly repair that and then put it all back on and do it in a day. Okay, so the fourth kind of wheel could be an anthracite, which is like a dark grey, a black wheel, or pink. You know, people have all some weird colours. So usually those kind of wheels can be done by either a mobile or the static sites. Okay, so a little bit about the difference. The mobile guys take the tyre off, take the wheel off the car and compress the tyre and leave the tyre on, so the balancing doesn't get affected because the wheel's not moved and the tyre's not taken off. So what they will then do is do the face of the wheel, including the rim, and pump the tyre back up, and they look fantastic. They put them back on, they can do them in less than a day. So that's one way. Now, that usually works quite well with a car that hasn't got any corrosion, a car that may be just 2 or 3 years old, and you've got that annoying half moon on the near side front usually, but you may have 2 or 3 other wheels. And, you know, so that's that kind of thing. The other kind of way you refurbish wheels is usually a static site. There'll be a place in a city where you've got a unit, and they will have dipping tanks and lathes and varying things to deal with other problems, even cracks in wheels and welding wheels. So that's a little bit more technical, but where the difference is from your point of view is that if you've got an older set of wheels and they've got a bit of corrosion, maybe they're 6 to 10 years old, then you're probably better to go to the static sites where they've got the lathes, where they've got the tanks for dipping them for the corrosion. And the finish is slightly different. There's a lot of arguments out there to say that a powder coat finish is better. Well, the finishes that they use when they're mobile, the guys we use a 2-pack paint that is very similar to the 2-pack paint you got on your car. It's good stuff, there's no question about it. 2-pack paints are brilliant these days. So the powder coat is slightly different. It's done in an oven. Where the differences really lie is if the car wheel's got corrosion on the back and it's corroded, you need the wheel to be taken, the tyre comes off completely and the wheel itself gets dipped in a tank. And that's when the tank, in that tank is an acidic product that will dissolve this corrosion, and then the complete wheel is done, then the wheel's put back on, and then the car's, the balance is done, and then the car's ready to go. So why would you go to the mobile guys and have it done? Why wouldn't you just do everything that way? Or why would you go for the other one or the other one? And the answer is that the mobile guys are much more convenient. You know, you've got a modern new car that's 2 or 3 years old. They come round, they do it in an afternoon or do them in a day. So they're restricted on all the different things they can do. But the static guys will need to take the tyre off, and they need a day between each process sometimes, so you could lose the car for 2 or 3 days. From a point of view of cost, there's not much difference, so I'll leave you to do your homework on the prices if you're someone in the middle. But if you're someone who's got a nice classic car that's 10 or 15 years old and the wheels are looking tired, you need to go to the static sites. I hope this was of use to you, and if it was, if you could just press the like button, and that may help somebody else find it. Also, there's links to our website on the description below.